Hello and welcome to the second edition of the Gavel on Channels Television for 2026. I am Benny Ark. The House of Representatives took a major step towards reforming Nigeria's electoral process by conducting a clause-by-clause review of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2025. In this edition, we continue our series as members debate, react, and vote on key provisions of the bill.
The ambiguity of what the judges are doing now and the lawyer's interpretation of shall. Mr. Chairman, I am of the opinion, wherever we see shall, let us do it in bracket and put must. You will hear lawyers be telling us that shall is not a must. Let us put must where you have shall. Let us solve this ambiguity once and for all.
All right, thank you. Clause 5. Clause 5.
Clause 5.
Clause 5, yes, Honorable Sada.
Clause 5,
Clause 5, Honorable Sada. Which part of it?
Clause 6
Clause 5, sir. Clause 5.
Clause 6
Clause 5.
Clause 6 sub 2B. Mr. Chairman, where the committee is recommending the B part to be answerable to, the committee added and disciplined by the commission. Once somebody is answerable to somebody, he is subject to be disciplined. So in terms of drafting,
yes,
it's superfluous.
that's my observation here
And
too.
I don't think adding that and to be disciplined is necessary. Once someone is answerable to something, he is subject to be disciplined under the line of authority. So I don't think that we need to add that.
I don't think that is fundamental. I think
you,
it's
Mr. Chairman.
answerable to and disciplined by commission. I mean, it doesn't really cause any harm. Clause
No,
Clause 10.
Observation 6.
Chairman,
Yeah. Clause 6.
no. 6-2.
Carried.
No.
Clause 10.
Chairman, order. Order, sir. Chairman.
Clause 10. 1. Clause 10 carried.
10, sir. Clause 10.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Chairman.
Clause 10. Let's have your
sir.
opinion.
Clause 10.
Mr. Chairman, clause 10(1), where the committee is removing with prejudice, is universally the drafting method.
Which line are you looking at?
That is 10(1).
10.1.
Yes, I think the original drafting, the original provisions of the Act is the best form of drafting rather than putting subject to. Without prejudice is the safest drafting choice. Without prejudice and subject to, I think without prejudice is better in drafting.
Chairman,
Is better in drafting without prejudice.
But you know, simple English is not employed in legislative drafting. Subject is in order. Simple English is not adopted in legislative drafting. Subject to. Clause 10, Karen. It may not sound like your everyday language, but it is in line with legislative language that summarizes long line of sentences into one word that captures the essence of the purposive interpretation that legislators ought to give to a particular issue. So you might see certain words that may not really be as long as you think. That is legislative language. Please, let's
Chairman,
understand
observation,
that.
sir.
Yes.
Clause 10.
Observation.
I hope it's on clause 10 because we are on clause 10.
Clause 10.
Is it on clause 10?
Clause 10.
Clause 10.
Clause 10.
Is it on clause 10? Okay, we are on clause 10.
Clause 10.
Clause 10 carried.
Clause 10. Clause 10, sir.
Can we
Clause
go to
10.
clause
Chairman, clause 10.
Clause 10.
clause 12?
Point of order, Chairman.
Chairman.
Clause 12.
No, it's not the same. Chairman.
Clause 12 carried.
Clause 12, Chairman.
Chairman.
No, it's
Clause
Chairman,
18.
observation.
Clause 12, Clause 12.
Clause
Chairman.
18.
Clause 12, Chairman.
Chairman. Point of order.
Clause 18.
Chairman.
Clause 18 carried.
Point of order, sir. Point of order, sir. Point of order, sir.
Let me hear you. Be raising your hand. There must be something you want to say.
You raised a point that if we have any other observation within these clauses that have not been outlined, we should also outline so that it can be amended. So I have an observation in clause 6.3 where it says,
Honorable.
apart from the one outlined,
Honorable, excuse me. That was when we are doing repeal and amendment. Now we agree we are doing only amendment, and we are subjecting ourselves to proposals brought before us as a recommendation by the committee. We agreed also under the Gavel that we stick to those recommendations. If after that there are observations that you want us to look into, we will so oblige you because
that
you're a
is
member
what
of this
I'm
parliament.
saying. We have another observation.
We are not done. Okay, Hart, you'll be raising your hand.
Yes,
Hart.
clause 12.
Let me hear you.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm sticking to the clauses. Hart Cyril Godwin. Chairman, I have a concern for clause 12.3.
12 what?
12.3.
The one that will just pass?
I was calling your attention to it. I would want us to delete imprisonment for double registration. Our courts, our prisons are not cheap. For us to imprison someone for double...
Please, Hart, speak into the mic so that we can hear you. I can't hear you from here.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. I'm of the view that hence we are trying to encourage people to register. So we cannot be encouraging them on one hand and also threatening them with imprisonment on the other hand. So double registration for me is an overreach to be imprisoned. So let us delete imprisonment. They can pay a fine, not to imprison someone for double registration.
All right, Honorable Hart is to avoid multiple registration. That is the essence. That is the purposive intention of the legislators for drafting that, to avoid multiple registration. And they're saying there must be a punitive measure that have been highlighted in sub 3, so that if you commit the offense that is found in sub 2, sub 3 will be activated as a deterrent for double registration.
There are multiple registration.
All right. So 12.3 carried.
Observation, sir. Observation, sir.
18. We're on 18. 18 carried. 19 carried. 19 carried.
Chairman, sir, 19. 19. Chairman, sir.
Gavel has gone down. Go to 20, 21, 22, 22. 22 carried. 23 carried. 23, right? Honorable Sada.
Mr. Chairman, sir. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the proposal of the committee by removing the word any and substituting it with an article A, I think it is not in consonance with having to understand the inclusivity, and it is generally better when you put any than a. It captures all persons when you put any.
Can you read what you are referring to? Read it.
What he said, a person who, while the original provision is saying any person. It is better we put any person than we put a person, because when you put any person, it captures every other conditions. When you put a, that is a restriction and that is a limitation, or that is subject to interpretation, or some good lawyers, fine lawyers will abuse the use of that a.
All right, so you are suggesting we make it instead of a
when
person,
you put
any
it
person.
captures all persons.
All right, any seconder to that?
29.5.
29.5
Yes, sir.
is not highlighted.
It was a mistake from the printer. It was highlighted in the committee.
We can only work on what you presented to us.
No,
You're a member of that committee. What we have here is not highlighted.
It's part of the recommendation the chairman said.
Consult with your chairman.
Chairman.
It's part of the recommendation I just sent to the chair. In 29.5, in 29.5, it's talking about the jurisdiction of pre-election matters. The law says that when you have such issues, the suit should be filed at the Federal High Court. So the amendment is now to make it filed at the Federal High Court of FCT or at the place where the incident occurred. So that's the inclusion.
But that is the position of the law.
No, presently the law says it should be filed at the Federal High Court. That means you can take a case from Imo State to Kaduna State. So the amendment is now to limit it to the state where the issue occurred or only the Federal Capital Territory.
Makes sense. So you know what he's saying? Yeah, he's saying they ought to have highlighted it that the place where the action took place, the High Court there should be the place, isn't it?
Because we have presented it because
when
we presented the bill before,
all right,
we thought it was a repeal.
Yes, so note it. We should be mentioning the name of the Federal High Court.
That is going to be the Federal High Court of FCT or the jurisdiction where the incident occurred.
No, but you know,
so
Federal High Court is the same all around.
To the Federal High Court, Abuja.
Federal High Court in FCT is the same jurisdiction in Sokoto, in Kaduna, in Cross River. Federal High Court is Federal High Court.
No,
okay?
What the present law says is Federal High Court. That means you can take it to anywhere. But we are trying to limit it.
You don't have to mention it. You don't have to mention it.
So we just want to limit it to
Federal High Court is Federal High Court all over the country.
What the law says presently is Federal High Court. That means you can be anywhere. But we are trying to limit it to the area where the jurisdiction where the issue occurred. If there is a pre-election matters in Kaduna, it should not be able to be taken to Imo State.
Okay, it makes sense. So if you are instituting the matter, it should be at the Federal High Court from where the matter occurred. Yeah. And we have carried it, so we carried that right. Yes. 29 as amended.
Yes, 29
as amended.
29.6.
29.6.
Yes. 29.1. Hey, honorable members.
29.3, please.
Most of our courts.
Honorable colleagues, I urge you again, listen to this conversation. So that tomorrow, if your lawyer is deceiving you, you will know. If you have a case or not, you will know.
Yes, 29.6 is not clear and is vague, and is exactly where most courts remove a member and dash his position to another opponent. 29.6, as it exists in the statutory law, is where the court determines that any of the information contained in the affidavit is false, only as it relates to constitutional requirement of eligibility. The court shall issue an order disqualifying the candidate and the sponsoring political party, and then declare the candidate, though the committee stop here, declare which candidate. It has to be clearly written here. And what they are amending, their recommendation is where the court determines that any of the information contained in the affidavit is false, only as it relates to the constitutional requirement of eligibility, the court shall issue an order disqualifying the candidate and the sponsoring political party. So what is the...
Excuse me.
Sir, I am not a lawyer. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Let me help. Jaha.
Excuse me.
Jaha, let me help.
Very good, sir. Yeah. I am not a lawyer.
I want to help so that we can move on fast.
Welcome back. One major issue that took center stage was Clause 89, subsection 3, which seeks to criminalize the inducement of delegates during party primaries. The House rejected that provision after robust debate. Contributions came from Honorable Abubakar Fulata and Honorable Ishaka Boyega. Another significant amendment is a proposed increase in campaign financing and expenditure limits. For presidential elections, the ceiling moves from 5 billion naira to a maximum of 10 billion naira. Governorship campaigns increase from 1 billion naira to 3 billion naira. Senatorial elections rise from 100 million to 500 million naira. House of Representatives campaign moved from 70 million to 250 million naira. State House Assembly elections increased from 30 million to 100 million naira. Area Council chairmanship is reviewed from 30 million to a maximum of 60 million naira, while councillorship campaigns double from 5 million to 10 million naira. The House also approved a cap on individual donations, setting it at not more than 500 million per candidate.
We should ensure that there is internal democracy within the parties so that every officer must be elected with due process, so that if you don't emerge through the due process, such officers should not be recognized. So that's the position.
If you do what?
If you are not elected with due process, if you are not elected in your party, the party executives is to ensure that there is internal democracy within the party. So if you are elected, your officers, they must emerge through due process, considering the Constitution, Electoral Act, and your party constitution. So if you don't qualify along all these three lines.
In sub 2 says the Commission may seek information or clarification from any registered political party in connection with any activities of the political party which may be contrary to the provisions of the Constitution of the party. The party. No, that's it. It is Constitution of the party, not Nigeria. It is monitoring of political parties. The word party of the party, Constitution of the party, is the one missing, not Constitution of Nigeria. Yeah. Pursuant to an act of the National Assembly. Our law says that every party must have a constitution. Every party member must obey the constitution of that party. We made the law that they must have constitution, a party must have its constitution. It's part of our law. Yeah? And it's part of our condition for registration. So if INEC is monitoring them, they have to be in line with the constitution of that party.
This section, I move that we expunge this section completely because of mischief. It can be misconstrued.
Thank you.
Therefore, I move that we expunge this motion, this section of this thing. I so move, Mr. Speaker, sir.
On constituency focus, we speak with Senator Sumaila Kawu, representing Kano South. Take a listen.
When we came naturally, most of what we are doing, it is on 2 parts or 3 parts: legislation, representation, and oversight. People are more focused on the representation. What are you taking back home to the people to do the constituency project and some project which you will mobilize to your constituency? Maybe I will focus on that one. Although we have achieved a lot in lawmaking, my presentation, bills, motions, contribution in the pillow of the Senate, it is very clear. And we have so many things to say about that one. But now I will focus on representation, where we mobilize or we facilitated so many things through our budget and outside the budget. I will focus on some our achievement, which is outside of the budget, which is very, very abnormal. It is through your effort. Last year, myself and my brother from the house, we happened to be member from my constituency, Honorable Kabiru Rurum. We met Mr. President and we discussed a lot with Mr. President. We met him with so many requests to do with our challenges in our constituency. Our main focus is our irrigation scheme, which is there for almost 50 years. And we have 3 dams, major dams in Kano. The last one is constructed by IBB administration, almost 32 years, and is abundant, is underutilized. Therefore, we met Mr. President, we push our case, and Mr. President willingly approved some money to us through Ecology Office to go and reactivate, rehabilitate, and reconstruct some of the irrigation scheme or the irrigation scheme of Kano South Senatorial District. And when we met with the Hadejama Area Ecology Office and some expert, and of course the representative of the people, we agreed to approach the challenge in 4 ways. First, we look at the irrigation equipment, irrigation and farming equipment to our farmers, which will help them to produce more and to carry their finished product, one angle, and to provide a quick solution to our challenge, our irrigation scheme. Therefore, we came with an idea of digging tube wells. It is just 10 to 15 to 20 meter down. We provided almost 5,500 different tube wells in the senatorial district, and we provide pump machine to the farmers. At least 5,500 farms are benefiting from this initiative. And there are some equipment, motorcycle, a tricycle, and some farming and irrigation equipment, which is there. You can see it by yourself in the phase 1 of the project. Then we have a serious challenge of rural roads, drainages, bridges, and of course erosion challenges in the senatorial district. Therefore, we embark on massive construction of rural roads, drainages, erosion control, and so you can go there and see it by yourself. Then rural water supply is another challenge, which for now we have provided almost 500 units of hand pump. Almost 500. We have finished almost 350, and we are continue to almost 500 in the rural water supply. We have already achieved almost 75% there. Then the main irrigation scheme, rehabilitation and reactivating of our 3 dams, Kapunchuri, Tiga, and Chalawa Goje. They are working day in, day out. We are opening new sectors, almost 50,000 hectares now is under construction, just to boost the agricultural and irrigation in the area, which by the grace of God, it will change or it will add value to food production in Kano vis-a-vis in northern Nigeria. This is what we are doing, and this is what we are committed to do. I am very delighted and happy, and we appreciate Mr. President of doing so. Technically, we are fighting insecurity in our own area through creating a job. If people are committed, if people are employed, if they have means of living, nobody will go and start creating unfavorable condition to the people. Therefore, you can see everywhere now is green. That is the reason why we say Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is Audu Bako of our time. Audu Bako is our pioneer, premier governor of Kano State from 1967 to almost 1975. He almost turned Kano into an irrigation state. Now, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with what we achieved now, we can say he's the second in Kano South Senatorial District. And we are really, really happy, and we are hoping that the people will use this opportunity to make Kano and of course northern Nigeria great in provision of food to Nigeria.
And that's all the time we have on the Gavel for this week. Send us your feedback at the Gavel@channelstv.com. PoliticsToday.com. Until next week, I am Benny Ark. Thank you for watching and be well.